She failed testosterone and gender eligibility tests, has won her opening Olympic fight.
And now transphobes are just going to be having a field day because of this. Christian people are all upset with the opening ceremony, and transphobes are like, oh, when am I going to get my turn? It's the Olympics. I'm not sure if some of you know this, but in order to get to qualify for the Olympics, especially as a trans person or just following any WADA guidelines, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of paperwork, doctor notes, this and that. You don't just show up one day and say, hey, I identify as a girl. It takes a process. I compete in the BCPA, and a couple months ago, some guy, beard, driver's license such as I am, tried competing as a girl. Like, what? I identify as a girl now. I think he was making some statement, but he's just being a jackass and holding up the show. But this one's going to blow up the internet a bit more because it's a trans person in a combat sport, and men who like to commit violence against women are really mad that this person gets away with it and they don't. Or at least that's what my Facebook feed looks like. Like, it's all my friends who I would not trust alone in a room with a girl, and they're the ones upset about this. Yes, it's a combat sport. Two girls were fighting, and the one lost within 43 seconds. Even her statement, she doesn't blame the person on being trans, not this or that. Huge size difference, same weight class, huge size difference, like huge on reach. And she got like a stinger in her nose in like the first 20 seconds, and yeah, had to tap out. It's a combat sport. A lot of combat sports end at any time because of anything. It is by no means the first combat sport to end within 43 seconds. And the trans fighter in this has a 9-5 record. Loses a lot. There is a lot of trans athletes. Once you go from competing in female to male, you'll never hear about them. There's a lot that go from competing in male to female, and you're not going to hear about them. There's a lot of trans athletes that lose. There's a lot of trans athletes in team sports you'll never hear of. But when a trans person does win, holy because it's these Fox News people who they don't even care about the integrity of the sport. There's been amazing things going on in Olympics for the last week, and they're not talking about anything. But once a trans person accomplished something, they're like, I gotta speak up. Like, we got Simone Biles doing incredible things right now. The Canadian women's soccer and rugby team just did phenomenal. And these bros of mine, they ain't talking about that at all. But a trans person won a fight, and wow, they are angry. And it was the opening round, too. That's not usually the big extreme fights, like not championship level. But yeah, it's going to be annoying on social media for the next few days for those who support trans people, trans rights, or just equal rights for anyone in general. It's going to be a little rough, all right? Hold tight. It'll blow over eventually, I'm sure. Guys who don't like trans people, get over it. They're real. But also, this is Olympics. They have a lot of integrity. Drug test them. See where their testosterone and estrogen levels are at. Do that for all these athletes. Most of them, they don't want to get tested. No professional athlete wants to take a drug test, okay? But yeah, if they test this trans person, their testosterone is way too high to be considered in the girls' level or in general, then yeah, kick them out, ban it, give the victory to the other girl. Let's see what happens. And can we stop acting like men have so much more advantage over women? Any of those female boxers in any weight class, I'm a 230-pound bodybuilder. Any of them would beat the crap out of me. I'm not winning against any of those girls. And same with most of the guys offended and triggered by trans people winning.